brought to you by Arlington Citizen Media. I am Rody John, and across the interwebs for me is...
I am Amy. On today's show, we talked to pop-punk band Belclaire about their formation, their influences, and how COVID made them a better band. They also played their song Poison for us in the studio. It was amazing. Loved it.
They're so good. Also, we speak to Justin Just Simmons, Arlington artist, about his recent exhibit at Create Arlington, his 2 Arlington Stars that he's painted, and a little about his beginnings.
Yeah, and we want to apologize real quick. The audio on there got a little bit screwed up, but it was an impromptu interview. Mm-hmm. We were happy to have him. He happened to pop in while we were in there. So we were so happy. But yeah, the audio quality isn't great. So apologizing for that. Rody, what have you been up to?
Well, I also wanted to say about Just Simmons, like you said, it was very impromptu. And we have found out later, talking to other people about Justin, he is a very humble guy. He was not even going to bring up the stars that he has painted, which you see across the city. He has done the one in front of the police station, which you'll hear about, and then the one in front of Globe Life Park, not Field. But he apparently also has a boxing background and like it's a laundry list of amazing things. So it's a great interview. Again, it is very impromptu, and unfortunately, due to impromptness, Amy's mic was not recording, but it's okay. We still have a great interview. But what we both, or all 3 of us, got into, Daryl is off on assignment this week, so he will be back. Miss you. We were all 3 at Main Street Arts Festival of the West variety this year. It was absolutely amazing. A little windy. Luckily, no one blew away that I saw. A couple canopies did, and we helped with that.
We did. We had to help secure those down. It was a great event. I was impressed with the turnout. First and foremost, when I walked up, it was only about 12:45, which is when it was going to start, and there were already a ton of people out. Great, lots of food vendors. We had corn dogs that were delicious.
Uh-huh.
I would say the only negative was the wind, and that's not anything anybody can control.
But the wind was still nice, because if it wasn't, we would have just been, 80 something degrees. Yeah.
And 2 years ago when we went, we were cooking.
Yeah, big time.
It was hot. So
like you said, such a great turnout for not only the city, but just, having to move the Main Street Arts Festival again from east side to the west side. But I think it worked out even better.
I think so too, and it has the potential to get even bigger. In fact, when we were out there, I was talking about a Labor Day memorial, which is the one right in September.
Labor Day.
Labor Day. Okay, there's a Labor Day festival in my hometown, Orange, California.
Mm-hmm.
So in the middle is a traffic circle, and every year they do an international street fair. And it started in the early 1980s.
Oh, wow.
With a couple of booths, right? Got bigger. By the time I was in high school, there were, 10,000 people down there.
Nice.
With so many booths, lines, people are making money, hand over fist at these booths. And it's also making money for things like the high school choirs and sports teams, because they're selling waters, they're selling food, they're selling t-shirts. And it was a really big boon for the town, and people from all over Orange County would come to the Orange Street Festival. And I'm thinking this is going to be like that.
Right. I mean, look at what Fort Worth has with their Main Street Arts Festival. Like, it is absolutely massive every year. Obviously, pre-COVID that they did it. And again, I bet when they do it again later this year, I'm sure it's going to be massive. So this will get very big. And we were only there really about 3 hours. We didn't stay all 8 hours, which, next year we might, because we'll probably have a booth. Didn't this year, so it would be okay. But we will, it still just got bigger and bigger. And when we were leaving, people were still coming in. It was, I knew I had friends that came in later, like about a couple hours after we had left. And it was just so good to see the city booming and growing that way.
Yes, especially after COVID. It was so refreshing. And we ran into so many people that we know, that we've met through the podcast. Musicians, media influencers, people from the library, people from the parks. We ran into Barbara Odom Wesley.
Sure did.
Yeah.
It was her
Just
birthday,
a
and
ton
then
of people.
after she had won, so congratulated her, told her happy birthday. Met her absolutely fantastic husband. We actually told him we want to have him on the podcast because who doesn't want to hear from the spouse of a politician? I mean, the stuff he's got to go through. Like, I'm sure he had the nice naps in his car when she was doing interviews, but you got to hear the other side of it.
Of course, yeah, that's got to be another thing altogether.
We are here with Tommy, Grayson, Jaden, and Ryan from Belclaire. How are y'all doing today?
What's up?
Great.
All right, so everybody say your name and what you do in the band, so that way everybody listening can actually kind of figure out.
All right, I'm Tommy here, and I am the lead singer for the band.
Very nice.
I'm Ryan, and I'm the drummer / cajon player.
I'm Grayson. I am backup vocals and lead guitar.
I'm Jaden, and I play guitar.
Boom. So how did Belclaire get together?
Okay, so Belclaire's been in the making for maybe 3 to 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So I was basically by myself for like 2 years. I was with other people for a year before that. And then I met Grayson maybe like a year and a half ago. So it's been in the works. I was sitting on songs for like 2 years, and they didn't come to life until Grayson came with me.
Right.
Yeah, I actually met this guy. So I'm a personal trainer.
Okay, very cool.
I worked at Fitness Connection. I was the lead trainer there. I saw him all the time. We always vibed really well, talked about music. And when he mentioned he was in a band, I was like, cool, show me your stuff. And he showed me his EP on Spotify. I was blown away. The quality, the vocals, they was just on point.
Wow.
It reminded me, it was very nostalgic because I grew up with pop punk. And I was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, I'll play.
I knew this guy for probably 6 months before I even knew he played guitar.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So how did you guys get in the band?
Well, we got in the band a little bit afterwards. I think we met on this website, and we just came over. We jammed one day, and just all went from there. We just met Ryan.
Yeah, I've only been part of it for about a month now.
Yeah, but he's awesome.
Got a random message out of the blue from Jaden, and then, like Grayson said, I listened to their stuff and loved it. So
what I saw about Ryan was I noticed on his profile. I think he played in a marching band for Ohio State, and I was just super impressed by that. And I was just like, you gotta come practice with
Oh, for
this.
the Ohio State.
I was going to say
the Ohio State.
My mom's an Ohio State fan, so she makes sure that it's the Ohio State.
Yeah, the V is important.
Yeah.
The Ohio.
So it's funny because I met you guys at Grounds of Gold open mic, and so I always say there's this aesthetic to a band. So like you three have kind of your own look, and then I saw you and I was like, so you guys brought your tax guy with you? That's very nice. And then you actually do taxes, so it was even better.
You called it.
Yeah, it was like ZZ Top, Frank Beard, the only guy without a beard, is the drummer, and then like Max Weinberg wears a suit. But yeah, the drummer's always the not the odd man out. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, he might look the odd one out, but he's probably our best musician in the band, if not Grayson.
Definitely.
He's really
Nah,
good at his
yeah,
instrument.
Ryan's pretty. He's a beast.
Yeah, and I've only seen you play the acoustic part of the. I don't know what's it called again. The
A cajon.
cajon. That's right.
It's
Okay.
like a big
The
wooden
box.
box.
Yeah, big wooden box. But I haven't seen you actually behind the set yet, so I look forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah.
Look forward to electric set.
So, what artists inspire you?
I guess we could just go around and say a few that
yeah.
each of us. I'm a huge fan of State Champs.
Okay.
Huge fan. I don't know if anyone out there has ever heard of them. If you haven't, look them up. They're amazing. State Champs, Mayday Parade, lyrics. I get a lot of my lyric inspiration from Mayday Parade.
Okay.
And yeah, those are probably my two biggest ones.
I kind of grew up with like Green Day, like the old school, like
Yeah.
Dookie, American Idiot, you know, all those classics. And then I kind of recently discovered All Time Low a couple of years ago, and just listening to some of their old stuff and some of their newer stuff. They're kind of what inspires me, and I take some of what Ryan Dawson, he's their drummer. I use some of his fills and get a lot of my beats and inspiration from him.
Yeah, I'm the oldest person in the band, so like I grew up when like post-hardcore and all that stuff started to really explode. But to be honest, my biggest influence was Tool.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first time I understood what music, it was a language,
Right.
the way that each instrument kind of communicate with the other. And then Jimmy Eat World, just the lyrics and the like driving guitar, and like that whole post-hardcore scene, like Under Oath, all those bands like really influenced just the sound that I'm trying to go for.
Yeah.
Well, for me, my uncle took me to a Day to Remember concert when I was about 12.
Okay, cool.
And I just remember seeing those guys up there, and I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever. I don't know when I'm going to play in the band, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you guys have released your debut EP called Eventually. What can people expect from this EP?
You know, it's the very first thing we put out, and the funny thing about it was that whole EP was brought to life by just me and a producer. And then I met these guys. So if all I have to say is, if you like that EP, you're gonna love us, because they've made it so much better. They've made so much better riffs for it. We're gonna eventually
It's like our thing.
we're gonna eventually re-record eventually.
Okay.
We're gonna do that whole EP again.
Yeah, we're gonna do it like
and
a
we're gonna
B-sides.
let them add their magic to it.
Eventually.
But what you can expect is, driving choruses, catchy tunes. I'm really big on the catchy melodies, so that's what you can expect from Eventually.
That's what we like.
All right.
So, how did COVID affect you guys as a band?
I can
Well-
answer this well.
I can answer it pretty well too.
Okay.
Can I go first?
You go first. Yeah.
To be honest, I think it amplified our drive, because you had nothing else to do, and I couldn't train anyone. Gyms closed down, and it's one of those things. You can either let a moment define you, or you can define that moment. So me and him were like, "Yo, let's just practice all the time." So we just started getting with the acoustics. We just wrote songs constantly. We were meeting up 3-4 times a week, and so I think it in a weird way it helped. It boosted, gave us that
exactly what I was
motivation.
saying.
Yeah.
And I know for me, when I first started practicing with these guys, I was still in school. School got canceled. I got time to go practice. So for me, it kind of worked out too. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, a lot of people think automatically COVID stalls our progress, but it actually helped. We found Jaden during COVID, so
yeah,
we'll take it, And we wrote so many new ideas and so many new songs. It's awesome.
I don't think that we've heard that answer before. Most
Right.
people were like, "Oh, I did virtual streaming and it just kind of sucks." But you guys kind of turned it on its head and were like, "No, we're gonna make the most of it." That's pretty cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite? Do each of you have a favorite song on the EP?
Take It All is really fun to play.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Take It All?
Take It All is the most fun to play, I think. Listening wise, I think to me, Eventually, just because it's very epic and kind of big.
Yeah.
Lyrically, probably Reasons. Reasons has really good lyrics in it. And then Because of You is just so catchy.
I'd say Lunatic's probably my favorite to play and to listen to. I don't know, just like the harmonies and everything, they kind of resonate with me.
That was actually the song that caught my attention. I guess the lyrics in
Oh,
Lunatic.
okay.
When I first heard it, it was really good.
I think that was the first one I heard too.
Yeah.
I think that was the first one I showed everyone. Because it was so just poppy and upbeat.
We're freaking lunatics.
I like that you guys all had different songs. That's really cool that you were like, "No, I vibe on this one a little more than this one." That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing about a lot of us. We're really, I don't want to say nitpicky, but picky. Maybe not nitpicky, but picky. We don't want to release songs that we don't like.
Yeah.
We're not gonna release filler songs or anything. We want every song to be treated as if we want it to be a hit.
Yeah.
You want banger after banger
Banger after banger,
Right.
epic riffs. It's got to be.
And we also do it in a way where we're not writing the same thing every time, because we all have so many different influences, but when we all bring it together and we make sure the same amount of effort goes into it, I think the right product comes out.
Awesome. Well, just kind of switching gears a little bit, we always have a question here. What's your favorite pizza place in Arlington, if you know, and if not, wherever?
Old school
pizza tavern all the way for the win.
Old School Pizza Tavern, and we are actually playing there on May 1st. Saturday, May 1st, we're doing a 30-minute acoustic set with another band called 214.
Oh, 214 's
time?
good. Yeah, really cool.
So
Yeah.
we're doing it with them. They invited us out.
Oh, cool.
We met them at I forgot what the bar's name was. Do you remember?
Yeah, a little small.
Cherokee Lounge.
Cherokee Lounge? Was that
Pearls.
Pearls, yeah.
Yeah, Pearls.
Yeah, so we went to Pearls. They invited us out there to play. After we played, he asked us to play in between their 2-hour set. So thank you, 214. We'll
That's
see you
awesome.
on
Yeah,
May
thank you.
1st.
See you on May 1st.
Yeah, do you guys have any other band or any other shows coming up? Or
We're actually playing later today in downtown Dallas at
The Open Bell.
Open Bell Coffee House. So we're going to play like 2 songs there acoustically.
Nice.
We're doing a lot of acoustic shows right now.
Makes sense.
Which is a good segue for us to say, if you're listening and you play bass, hit us up. Belclaire Music on all social media. DM us. We need a bass player.
Yeah, I was
Might
gonna.
be able to help.
I'm sure we know a couple of bass players at least, or get you in touch with some. So where can people find you online and find the EP?
EP's on all the major streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Music. You can go on YouTube,
Major
search
streaming
Belclaire.
platforms.
We have a lyric video on YouTube. It's pretty cool. But Belclaire Music is where you can find us on all social media. Instagram, Twitter. Just type in Belclaire Music, no space, BELCLAIRE.
Boom.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well,
No problem.
I understand you guys want to play us a little ditty.
Right, you want to play
Yes.
this little ditty?
We would love to.
All right. Well, Belclaire is going to play Poison for us. So take it away, guys.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Whoa, 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 whoa. I remember how we used to be, late nights in my car just talking about the things that we don't have, and all the time that we want back. Now we're holding on my fingertips, trying hard but still losing my grip. You never let me go. Exactly why we weren't letting go. I wish you could see what you're doing to me. You chew me up, you spit me out, bet you still taste me inside of your mouth. We built a bridge just to burn it, or better yet, maybe I deserve it. I swore I wouldn't let you in. I'd let you crawl beneath my skin again. Now I must admit that you're my poison. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now we're staring at the aftermath. We lost sight of all we had. With my hopes stuck next to none. The feeling that the worst is yet to come. I don't wanna feel again. 'Cause you swore this time was different. Now do you see what you're doing to me? You chew me up, you spit me out, bet you still taste me inside of your mouth. We built a bridge just to run it, or better yet, maybe I deserve it. I swore I wouldn't let you in, let you crawl beneath my skin again. Now I must admit that you're my poison. I don't wanna feel again. You swore this time was different. I don't wanna feel again. You swore this time was different. I don't wanna feel again. 'Cause I really thought you meant it. Spit me out, bet you still taste me inside of your mouth. We built a bridge just to burn it, or better yet, maybe I deserve it. Go. You spit me out, you burned a bridge, maybe I deserve it. You chew me up, you spit me out, you burned a bridge, maybe I deserve it. You chew me up, you spit me out, you burned a bridge, maybe I deserve it. You chew me up, you burned a bridge, or better yet, maybe I deserve it.
right, we are here with Justin Simmons, the artist who has all of his artwork up at Create Arlington right now. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually thrilled to be with you all right now.
Thank you. We're
thrilled to have you.
And it was been looking at this artwork all day, wondering who the artist was, and Justin just happened to stop by, and Daryl was like, "That's him. I don't know how he knew, but he did." So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me here. Yeah,
so how did you end up here at Create Arlington?
Well, me and Mr. Mark Jokel has been friends for about 7-8 years. Okay. So he was the first time they had a festival. It was small. The first
Arts Festival.
Yeah, it wasn't Main Street.
Yeah, it wasn't the East or West.
It was one of his pop-up shows.
His first pop-up shows at Uptown Upstairs Gallery.
Yeah.
And we became good friends,
So how long have you lived in Arlington?
I've been here since 2011.
Okay.
Where are you from?
But just back between Grand Prairie and Arlington. So right now, I'm originally from Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Oh
wow.
Okay.
I'm a Sooner. Okie from Muskogee.
Yeah, I was born in Oklahoma, so yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
You don't get to choose where you're born, so I get a lot of crap for being like,
he does. He does. Especially from people from Texas. I can't believe you're here. And it's like, why? I didn't have any choice in that.
Yeah, my parents met in Oklahoma City, and then I was born there, and then we moved down here, and so my brother was born here. So he's like, oh, I'm a native Texan.
Now he doesn't even live in this country. Now he lives in Canada.
Exactly. So we see that you do a lot of portraits of people and not so much landscape, but the backgrounds of these are absolutely beautiful. What exactly is your inspiration for a lot of these artwork?
Well, I do embrace. Well, I don't want to go back like into but
no, go for it. We're talking about your art, so get into it.
Well, I could tell you what influenced me.
Okay, for sure.
It was I don't know if you're familiar with that 70s sitcom Good Times.
Yeah,
absolutely. We're old.
So
As
the artist was not JJ. It was Ernie Barnes, and I just followed his work throughout the years because before this it was just graffiti.
Right. Okay.
Just spraying on walls. I really didn't have no direction or what to do. I'm a kid from the 80s.
Right.
Just doing comic books and cartoon characters. But Ernie Barnes, it challenged me to do better, to become better as an artist.
So what comic books were you into?
Oh man, Spider-Man, Marvel, mostly Marvel.
That's what I was in the 80s, and early 90s. I was a Marvel guy. Yeah. I'm a Marvel guy now, but
Right. I mean, there's still a lot of people out there that are big DC people. Not films, obviously, because they did a terrible job with that.
What's going on with that?
It's just a really dark tone. I just don't understand why they're doing any of it. But no, the graphic novels were great because obviously, like the Joker, if it wasn't for the 80s, like Frank Miller getting involved, like the Joker would have been a completely different, more comic-y type, like campy Batman kind of Joker. But then he got real dark, and that's when you got the Dark Knight, and then it was real nice. But Marvel was always from like jump, like they always had it going on.
Yeah. I'm a true fan.
I have a specific question. I want to talk about the Frog Prince. It is my daughter's favorite Disney movie, right? But it doesn't come from a Disney movie, right? It comes from an actual tale.
Yeah.
So, what was your inspiration for that?
Well, my daughter loved The Princess and the Frog.
So does mine.
And she would, recite the words. And that's actually her in the picture.
Oh, that's cool.
That's fantastic.
That's really
How
cool.
old is she?
Right now, she is 11.
Okay, that's the same age as my daughter.
So that's what inspired me. She didn't like the whole idea. She actually was upset that she had to do it. But yeah, that's what actually inspired me to do the Princess and Frog.
It's caught my eye
the Frog
all
Prince.
day. It means a lot to me being, having a parent of an 11-year-old daughter. We probably have a lot in common. and I've been looking at it all day. I can tell. This is
Awesome. That was the whole point, was to get your attention and stop you.
It's holding my attention all day. So Arlington has a burgeoning art scene. Where do you see yourself in this? Do you want to move outward of this? What is your plan for the next 5 years?
Well, I want to be all over in the state of Texas, inspiring young artists, especially during this pandemic, that there's still ways to be able to promote yourself out there and possibly have a good living off of it. So,
absolutely, yeah.
So go ahead. No, I was going to say, how did COVID affect you with your art and everything else?
Well, it did. Most definitely, it slowed me down, and to reevaluate what I need to do to keep it pushing. So I just started getting into books, which I do have this book that's all the images of the series of Once Upon a Time. So
this is your PayPal right here that we can buy.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was looking at those earlier. I was
that's it.
Cash out that shit.
But I actually want to do more books. So it slowed me down. I actually invest in more.
I guess I hadn't really. There is a theme to all of these, kind of, that I hadn't really thought about until I started really looking at all of them together. I like that.
Yeah. And people love stories.
They do.
I just don't want to paint images, but the stories behind it is what gets a lot of people's attention. It slows them down in tracks and just actually, engage, or I guess that's the right word.
It's extremely engaging. Like I said, I've been staring at them all day. I'm so glad that you happened to pop up. This was a random interview. You happen to be
Yeah, that's true. We were like, hey, would you like to be on the show? So in the book, is it all of the images that we're seeing here?
All
and
of them.
Like the story behind it? Okay.
Excellent. And then how much is that? Where can people purchase it?
Or you can go on blurb.com, or you can just contact me through the Cash App. But blurb.com.
Okay.
All right. And blurb.com/Justin Simmons.
Justin Just Simmons.
Justin Just Simmons.
This is the second time today that we've had a nickname.
That's true. That doesn't happen very often. It's happened twice today.
Now, when you do your art, do you see it as a collection of them, or do you just have one at a time that you kind of focus on?
And sometimes it starts just like at one, and then I think about the collection and what else, like I kind of like I wanted to form it as like a movie,
right? Like you said, a comic book almost.
Yeah. In a way, in a sense,
Yeah, snapshots. Good way to put it up. Into a whole thing.
Yeah. I'm just going through Google right now, and some of your images are absolutely amazing.
Especially in this day and age, man, you could show one person, you could show a person one image or something, and they like 5 minutes later, okay, what else you got?
Right.
So
let's slow it down and appreciate it. Like
appreciate it.
So, from what I'm looking at, you did one of the stars that is all over the city of Arlington.
Two.
I'm sorry.
Did you?
Yeah,
so you did. So it looks like you did one of the Rangers ones.
Yep.
Now, who is that you? Or is it just kind of a random baseball player? You just
well, Hamilton was here at the time.
So Josh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some of this.
Yeah, I missed that guy.
I don't know how much I don't know about that guy. I don't know.
I love Ham Sandwich.
He's got some issues. But but drinking too much caffeine shouldn't affect you from catching a baseball. But that's just me. I've also had too much caffeine in my life. So what was the other one you did?
The Arlington Police Department.
Oh, okay. That one's fantastic too.
And the love mural off of Mesquite and Division.
Oh, I love that one.
We are I'm so honored. Honestly, we didn't even know who we were talking to.
I know, right? Like, we're over here talking to, like...
And I give a shout out to Amy Stevenson. She was the one that actually helped me.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So your stuff here is up until today, as of April 17th.
Well, they're supposed to be pushing it back all the way to May the 9th.
Okay.
So right
it'll
after
be up for the
the
festival.
yeah
Good.
for the
Good,
festival.
good.
Yeah.
We're
Cool.
talking about the festival today. Are you going to be here? Are you going to be doing something?
Yeah, I'll be swimming around, supporting other artists. So yeah.
We're going to be there too.
Yeah,
so
we'll be
Alright.
here. We'll be right here in this room.
Yeah, doing recording. So we hope that we get to talk to you again. This is incredible work.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm obsessed with this one. Is it for sale?
Yes, ma'am.
How
Yes,
much is
ma'am.
it?
We can talk off it.
That means I can't afford it.
So once this leaves here, where can people find find your art other places?
Well, I am working on some stuff, art commission in Grand Prairie.
Oh, okay.
So I won't learn more information to that until tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So hopefully after that I'll probably be in Dallas. So.
All right. If you need help with Dallas, I can help.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's got connections.
She does. She knows people in Dallas too.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, if people want to check out, I believe it's called Once Upon a Time, a solo gallery exhibit by Justin Simmons, come out here to Create Arlington. And where online can people find you?
It's just mostly on social media, Instagram, Facebook.
It's just at Justin.
Justin Just Simmons.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for showing up randomly.
Yeah.
This was incredible. I'm so happy.
It was kismet. We
really was.
just made
I'm
it happen.
so glad to
Yeah.
have you.
Well, thank you for coming on, and we hope we run into you again. I'm sure we will. You do fabulous work. When we shut up this morning, I was like, "Well, hold on, let me look at these paintings before I set the mics up."
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our guests. Of course, we really enjoyed Belclaire. They were amazing. Thank you, Rhodey, for picking them up, randomly meeting them at one of the Grounds and Gold events, the open mic. And then we got to invite them out to a chat and do where they got to meet a couple of other local musicians. That's amazing, too. That's what we're all about. It's about networking, about connecting people. So that was just great all around. Also, Justin Simmons, local Arlington legend. Thank you so much for popping in right when we were there. You didn't mean to, but you did.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time out to come out and talk to us on our pod for a minute. We really enjoyed your artwork. Again, I'm going to try to save up some money for some of your artwork, but it's worth every penny.
Oh, without a doubt.
Coming up, what do we have?
Starting May 1st, going through the rest of the summer, you can join Superhero Kid Camp at Randall Mill Park to get your kids 60 minutes of activity in. Find out more at superherokidcamp.com.
Make sure you go out to Grounds and Gold. They're hosting an open mic on Thursdays from 5 to 7. This is every Thursday. And Rhodey is hosting every other, so you might catch him.
I sure am. They every other week you'll see me. Every in between week you'll see Levi, which you'll see Levi really every week because he's our sound guy and basically fill in because there's sometimes people drop out. So again, even if you didn't sign up but you like to perform, come on out. Last week we had people collaborating for the first time. I was like, hey, do you guys want to do anything? And they did. Oh, it was amazing.
That's awesome.
Whenever they do a documentary about me or Grounds and Gold, that will be talked about, and I can't wait.
Yeah, obviously.
For more collaboration. Well, yeah, I don't want to say just me. But. Also, speaking of open mics, there's an open mic and poetry night every second and fourth Tuesday at Create Arlington.
All right. Thank you so much to our guests. And don't forget to always
make sure to go out and eat local, drink local, and
go rediscover your city.
Tag us and send those pictures over to us on Facebook, Arlington Citizen Media, Twitter, ATX Citizen Media, Tag us on Instagram, Arlington Citizen Media, and send those pictures the old-fashioned way. Email arlingtoncitizenmedia@gmail.com. Also go to our website, www.arlingtoncitizenmedia.com. Don't forget to subscribe and give those 5-star reviews of the Downtown at Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and also hit us on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.